Time now to move on to our next top story, and this is two phones together, the Motorola G60 and the Motorola G40 Fusion. Now I have to tell you, of late Motorola seems to be very, very aggressive, but this aggressive I had not thought. You know who they're taking on? They're taking on Xiaomi with their brands Mi and Redmi. They're taking on Poco. They're taking on Realme. They're taking on anybody that claims to be the king of the under 20 and under 15,000 rupee market. Now it's tough actually to take a call on the fact that you're going to actually displace these super kings, because what do Xiaomi, Realme, Poco all do? What they do is they come up with a very aggressive phone at a very aggressive price, give you fantastic hardware, and it makes it almost impossible for anybody else to compete, because they're also playing the game of adware, bloatware, apps that they've already put in out there. Now Motorola doesn't do that. So they've got the cleanest software and UI ever. I mean, it's almost as good as stock Android, just a few additions of good Moto stuff like Moto Actions. So can they compete with these people? Because with these two phones, that's what Motorola seems to be wanting to do. I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview. Great looking, fantastic processor, very, very good camera. One of them is 108 megapixel, great screen on the phones, very good battery life, 6000 mAh. And I'll tell you one thing, they actually do beat those brands. Let's take a look at our review. We'll compare them also to a few phones from those brands.
Motorola has done it again. The two new G series phones seem like Motorola wants to prove a major point. If you've ever wanted flagship grade smartphone features but you're on a serious budget, the new Moto lineup is your answer. Motorola has launched the Moto G60 and the Moto G40 Fusion, two new made-for-India smartphones that offer incredible value. The Moto G60 is the more powerful of the two phones. With a price of 17,999 rupees, there is a lot that Moto has bundled into this package. It has a big focus on cameras with a large 108 MP primary sensor, which means smartphone photography just got elevated. Thankfully, they haven't only slapped in a megapixel number, they have taken care of all the other things that matter for good photography. With the new ULTRAPIXEL technology, the camera sensor captures a lot of light and details, which makes shots taken from the G60 look really good. The G60 also features 3 more lenses, with an 8 MP ultra-wide lens that also doubles up as a macro shooter, an 8 MP macro lens and a 2 MP depth camera. Camera performance across the board is really good. What makes the Moto experience richer is the 6.8-inch FHD Plus display on the G60, and we were impressed with the color reproduction of the screen. The 120Hz refresh rate on the panel meant that using the phone felt smoother than ever. Another aspect of the G60 that makes this phone buttery smooth is the 6GB RAM and a Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G processor, both of which combine to make this phone power through games, web browsing, or basically anything you throw at it. Moto phones are known to have big batteries, and the G60 is no stranger to that. It features a massive 6000 mAh battery. This size combined with a frugal processor meant that we didn't have to worry about the phone dying on us anytime during the day, and sometimes even way into the second day. So now that we know what the Moto G60 is all about, we know that you want to see how it performs head-to-head against another leading device in this price range, the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. The Moto G60 has a bigger footprint with a 6.8-inch display as compared to the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max's 6.67-inch one. There are some similarities in the devices, with the same Snapdragon 732G chip powering both these phones. There is a quad camera setup on both with a 108 MP main sensor and an 8 MP ultra-wide lens. Photography results on the Motorola were way better, and the low light performance as well as dynamic range were also much better. The Moto G60 can capture macro shots as well from the ultra-wide lens, and it also has an additional 8 MP dedicated macro shooter as compared to the 5 MP macro lens on the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Motorola has also bundled in a bigger 6000 mAh battery, while the Redmi has a 5220 mAh battery. Another big difference is on the software side of things. While both phones ship with Android 11, the Moto G60 has a stock Android offering, whereas its Redmi counterpart has a skin on top and all the extra baggage that comes with a Xiaomi phone. While it is clear that the Moto G60 is a way better offering on all fronts, another factor that makes this a sweeter deal is that the Moto G60 retails for 17,999 rupees, whereas the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max is sold for 19,999 rupees. And now let's talk about the Moto G40 Fusion. It also comes with a huge 6.8-inch display with a 120Hz refresh rate. While it keeps the same 6000 mAh battery as the G60, it swaps out the 108MP lens for a 64MP quad camera setup. At a price of 13,999 rupees, the Moto G40 Fusion also competes with a lot of budget offerings in the market. Pitting it against the Realme 8, the Moto G40 is not only cheaper at 13,999, but it also comes with a Snapdragon 732G chipset. Also, in terms of looks, design, photography, as well as performance, the Moto was the easy winner. The Realme 8 is even priced higher at 14,999 and it ships with a MediaTek Helio G95 processor. With both the new G series phones, Motorola has proved a major point. Xiaomi, Poco and Realme should all be very afraid of this all-new Motorola.